Welcome to Ultimate DIY, where you learn to be your own handyman. And today we are going to install a faucet. Alright guys, the biggest problem I generally have installing faucets and showing you guys how to do it is crawling up underneath the sink and making sure that the camera can capture all of the actual footage so that you don't miss anything. So what I've done is I have built a sink out of 2x4s, and it is open on all sides. So we can take a product like this, we can take a look at it, see what all's in the box, we can go and we can install it, and you guys can see all the way around how it's installed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of a description of the product I've chosen for today's video. We're going to unbox it real quick, and then I'm going to do a really quick install so that you can see just how easy it is to do this yourself on a DIY level. Now, if you are interested in the product, be sure you check out the description for the video. It will have all the links in it to the actual product so that you can pick one up for yourself. Now, without any further ado, let's talk about the product we're going to install today. This is made by a company called Haran, and this is a bathroom faucet, but actually it's a little more than that. This can be bathroom, it can be, say, a wet bar area, it can be a prep sink. So say in your kitchen you have an island and you have a small sink on one side for prepping, and you have a major sink on the other side, which is going to be for washing your dishes and just everything else. This will work extremely well in that prep area. For one, it has a pull-out spout on it, which I like, where you can actually, 2 different levels, control that stream and you can clean things. If you are prepping foods like salads, it's easy to use this to prep that. And this is in black on this particular model. Looks like they have a nickel, a gray, a chrome, and a gold. So they've got several versions here that at least they're showing on the box. I don't know exactly what's going to be available when you go to buy it, but that's what they show is a possibility here. Now this is a 1.2 gallon per minute faucet, and that's pretty much standard today. Most of your faucets today are right around that level. Now this one will also come with the pop-up drain, which is kind of nice because not all of these come with the drains. You usually have to try to find one that's going to be close to match. This one, you're going to have the one that is exact and will match. Now I probably won't install the drain today. We are just going to install the actual faucet, but the drain goes on extremely easy, and there's going to be instructions in there on how to do it. And I know I have several other videos out there where I have actually installed the drains. It is an all stainless steel body, and then it is going to have that matte finish over the top of it. Now, one thing they will tell you is do not use abrasive cleaners. Do not use Brillo pads and metal scratching pads, because all you are going to do is literally scratch the surface. All you really need is a little soap water and maybe a soft sponge, and you can clean it back up in a matter of seconds. So one of the other big benefits to this unit is it is going to have a ceramic cartridge inside of it. And what that means is it will have a nice watertight seal when you shut everything off, but it's also going to be designed to last for a very long time, because they usually go up into the hundreds of thousands of actual uses. That's what these are capable of doing. So this system is going to last you probably a very, very long time. Now, another reason I chose this one, or like this one, is it is going to have pre-installed water lines. I don't have to be hooking up all the water lines other than the main connections in the wall. So what I'm going to do next is we are going to go ahead and bring you in close. We're going to open up the box so you can see what's in here. It's not going to take very long because it's very simple. I love the way the thing's put together. I'll show you the pieces, and then we're going to pull out the sink, the actual demo sink I call it, and I'm going to install this real quick so that you can see just how easy it is to install. So let's do that. All right, so the very first thing is I'm going to point out it's a very nice heavy-duty box. It's not flimsy, but it's easy to open. You'll have a little piece of tape here. Cut the tape. This just pulls forward, and you raise it just like that. Now you're going to have a nice instruction sheet with great pictures. It's not too difficult. On the other side, you basically have a QR code right there so that you can watch other videos on YouTube if you need to after you watch this video. Now you'll have some foam on the top protecting the unit. You're just going to set that aside here. And here is your pop-out drain. It has a little coating over the top to keep it from getting scratched. All plastic, easy to install. Just remove the big nut, slides down inside, and put this back. Now this one has gaskets where you don't necessarily have to use the plumber's putty, but I will tell you I always use plumber's putty in combination, so I do not have any kind of leaks. And that is how that is actually installed. Now this is the unit itself, and there is your pull-out part right here. So it's going to have a line that comes down, which is going to be this one. And how you get this goes back in is it uses a weight right here. And you just simply unscrew the two screws. You'll unscrew one, leave it in, take the other one out. You'll swivel it around, and you will actually install it on your line here. And what that does is it's a counterweight, so it will pull this unit back and forth so it can go into its spot right there. Now the unit feels fairly heavy, not super heavy, but not super light, so it's well made. Your control is up here. I like the way that works. Here are your lines. This line, if you need to undo it, it just pushes this in right here like this, and it just slides out. You have a couple little rings on there that kind of hold it. You'll know you're in when you hear a clip, just like that. Here's your water lines. Obviously red is going to be hot, blue is going to be cold. Now this is a very important piece right here. What you do is this just spins off just like that. Get it undone. And this has a cut. You'll just use that to get this off like this. And now you will simply slide all of this down in the hole, come back underneath, and you're going to make sure these are pointed up. And I always back these way off like this. And I'll show you why we do that. So I get them all about the same. And now I'm going to put this back on, make sure that the screw parts are facing down. Obviously, you'd have a very hard time putting it on otherwise. Now, these threads are very small here, so you have to kind of fight with it a little bit to get it to work. Sometimes I go backwards and then forwards. There we go. And then you'll spin it all the way up. And now where this thing is so nice is in the old days, you didn't have these screws, and you didn't even have this slot here. You had to slide this thing up in there, and it was painful. You would have to use a basin wrench, because remember, the sink, the part that the water goes in, is going to be right in front of this. So you couldn't get up here to hardly turn this, and used what was called a basin wrench. Well, with this system, you do not need a basin wrench. You can slide it up there, get it as snug as you can by hand, and then you tighten these screws with a long extension and a Phillips head. And you tighten it up, and it will lock it into place. So now you no longer really have to use that basin wrench, and you can have this installed in seconds. So think about this. Slide it through the hole. Turn this all the way to the top, tighten up the two screws, hook up your two water lines, and guess what, guys? You're in business. It's installed. That's why this is definitely a DIY project. You know, you don't have to have a plumber come and do this. It is extremely easy. So there you go. I told you there's not a whole lot to it, and like I said, there's very few connections. The two water lines, you're going to have the little nut on the bottom to tie it in, and you will have the little weight that you'll install. But outside of that, it's very simple. Definitely a DIY project. Now what we're going to do next is I'm going to pull out the demo sink like I said earlier, and we're going to get this thing installed real quick and see how it flows and works. So let's do that. All right, guys, so the very first thing you're going to do is you're simply going to take your locking nut off. There we go. It just spins off. Once it gets down to the end, it'll come all the way off. Use that little slot I showed you, and you will slide the nut off just like that. It's there. Now I already have the screws backed off all the way. You want them backed all the way off so you'll have something to be able to tighten. Now you're simply going to take your lines and feed them down into the actual hole and right into place just like that. Now you're going to want to make sure that you're nice and even. Now this isn't going to matter this way because you don't have an arm on the sides, but you do not want the front of it like this or like this, or even off a little. It's going to be noticeable. So you're going to want to try to make sure that is centered as much as possible here where it looks right. Now keep in mind with this locking nut, you can always loosen it just a little, tweak it where you want, go back and tighten it in. All right, guys, so keep in mind, this would be the back of your sink. You're going to have a wall here. You're going to have your shutoffs coming out of the wall. And generally your hot is on the left, like I mentioned earlier, cold is going to be on the right. Now, as you're looking at the screen, your hot would be on the right here instead of the left because you're looking at it in reverse. So before I hook up the water lines, though, we need to actually install the nut. Okay, so simply, guys, you're just going to take the slot, remember that we have here on the side, and you're just going to feed your lines through that slot. Get them all in there, and then you're going to take and reach in the top and kind of hold the line, hold the actual faucet, and you work these on. Sometimes it goes easy, sometimes not. That one was pretty easy. There we go. Get it lined up there about where we want it. That's pretty good. Now I can use the screwdriver like this and tighten them, or I can use a screw gun, especially if I have an extension. Now remember, I'm going to have a wall here and you have a basin. A lot of times the basins are even closer, but as long as you could get in there and use your screw gun, you could save some time. Just don't overly tighten it because remember, you have probably a nice surface on the top. You don't want to damage anything. So now it's ready. What we'll do first, before I hook up the water lines, let's pull them this way. We're going to go ahead and put our weight on. So when we put the weight on, the first thing I'm going to want to do is get my screw gun and back these screws out. One of them I'll take pretty much all the way off. The other one I loosen. I should be able to get it on. Let's see. Sometimes you got to take them both. A little bit more. There we go. I think it was just had a thread left. Sometimes it'll allow you to spin. Yeah, that works. All right. So all you're going to do, now usually these will have a marking. I do not see a marking on this one, but what I'm going to do is get this into place right about there. And I'm going to put it on the upper side of this here, so it'll slide that way. Let's see. Yeah, because you're going to want it here somewhere. So we're going to put it down in this area, put this back together, and tighten. There we go. And make sure we got that good. Spin it to this side, and we put the screw here. There you go. Now it should function. It does very well. All right, that's exactly what we're looking for. All right, so now, guys, what I'm going to try to do is we are going to hook up the two water lines. You're going to have red for hot, and you're going to have the blue for cold. Now, remember, blue is probably going to be on my right, which will be your left. So I'm going to take my quarter turns right here, and we're going to start them. Now, you do have the little O-ring I mentioned right in here. So generally, you don't have to put any Teflon on there, but if you're worried about any little drips or anything, you could go ahead and put a little Teflon. It's not going to hurt anything. So install it just like that. So I get it pretty much finger tight, and then I'll take my open-end adjustable wrench and I tighten. And you don't have to get super, super tight, but you definitely don't want it leaking or spraying. So let's see if I can get a little bit more here. And be careful letting these lines bend while you're doing it. You can kink these. Some of them, see, like that one's trying to kink right there. So we're going to leave it at that. Let's turn it on and see if it drips. Yep, that one is dripping a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to hold it like this and tighten. Now if you're doing this in a wall, like I said earlier, be sure you put maybe a wrench up here and hold it so that you don't kink, and you don't want this twisting around. And that's where you end up with a lot of trouble with these sometimes on these little lines. You can kink that line and then you've got a problem. That's on, no drips, looks great. No drips, looks great. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to pull you in and let you see what this thing does when it operates. So there you go, fellow DIYers. I told you, super, super easy. Basically 2 water connections and a locking nut with the 2 little locking screws so that you can lock it into place. Very, very simple. Now, the biggest thing on this, like I told you earlier, is make sure you keep this straight, because if it is straight, it is going to look so much better. If I'm angled off to the sides, it's not going to look very good. Now, one of the things I'm going to point out you didn't get to see earlier is the top of this. Let me tilt it. It has the hot and cold in the name at the top, so you know which direction you should be going in. And that's another reason to make sure that your water connections are correct on the wall. Otherwise, it's going to be in reverse when you're trying to use this thing and people will get confused. But I like the pull-out spout, and I like the little buttons you're going to push here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn it on, and we're going to see just how well it works and how it sprays. Now, keep in mind, when you first turn this on, you're going to probably hear some air bubbles. I have not cleared the air out of this yet, so you're going to hear that, but it is normal. Do not panic. That is just part of the whole process. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. We're not going to use the sprayer yet. We're going to go to cold. Right? So all you do is you're going to rotate to the cold, rotate to the hot, and then you lift up to turn it on, and then you can rotate in the middle to get it to that exact temperature. So we're going to go cold. There's on. That is really good. Now you can actually control that even in that function. So I do like that. Now we're going to go over here. First, I want to see, does it shut all the way off? And it does. That's one of the reasons I like the ceramic disc, guys. If you don't have a ceramic disc, a lot of times these things drip, and it can become very annoying. They have a little gasket inside there that can wear out over time, and sometimes it just doesn't work right from the very beginning. So when people ask me, well, how do I get rid of that drip? And well, you probably get a better faucet that will keep you from having that drip. So that was cold. Let's go over to hot. Turn it to hot. We're going to raise it. There it is. There's our spray. Now, if I want to get in the middle, I just start moving it until I feel and get it to the temperature that I want. Ready to shut it off? Go down. Super, super simple. Now, the last thing is let's check the sprayer out. We're going to pull the sprayer out. We're going to move it around and see how it functions. Very nice. I like it an awful lot. There you go. So overall, guys, I think it is fantastic. I think it needs to be over just a little right there. And remember, if you don't get it quite right, you can go back under, loosen those 2 little screws, adjust it, have the wife look at it, tell you, how off you are, and let her tell you where it needs to be. Tighten those screws back, and you're up and ready to roll. All right, so you got to see an unboxing, you got to see a quick install. This is definitely, like I've said repeatedly, a DIY project, and it is not difficult. So do not let it intimidate you. You will have the new sink in no time. Now, the only thing that may be a little bit harder for you is if you are taking out the old one, and hopefully it's not really old where you're going to have to use that basin wrench. So if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification so you know about all the next upcoming videos as they're released, and leave me a comment. All of those greatly help the channel. I hope you guys got something out of today's video, and we will see you on the next one.